All right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening as you come on here. Let me know who you are and where you're turning in from. We're going to take a look at the crypto markets this morning. And if you want to ask a question, feel free to do so in the comments. All right, I am going to go ahead and share my screen here. And we're going to be taking a look at what's called the MA Momentum chart setup. And for those who are members of iCoinPro, paid members, you can click on My iCoinPro Training and go to Micro Profit System Part 3, and you can click on MA Momentum, and that will give you the full training on exactly how this chart setup works. So you can actually learn how to use it completely. But I'm going to give everybody a quick rundown here in the, let's see here. Let me pull up the chart here. This is our software that we use. We created the software to trade our strategy. Go to load chart layout and click on MA Momentum, and that'll pull up the chart we want to look at. Now, for those who are new, we've got these green and red things. They're called candles. They show what's going on. Hey guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. These green and red things are candles. They show what's happening with the price action. And we're looking at one-day candles. So every candle summarizes a whole day's worth of trading, shows where the price is. These colored lines here are they're called moving averages. I mean, the purple, maroon, yellow, etc. They're moving averages. They show areas of general support and or resistance. And then this shaded area is called a Bollinger Band. And that's another, just shows kind of a potential range, or when the market starts to move out of a range potentially. What's cool about this chart setup is when the price action is trading primarily above all of these moving averages, all right, in particular when it gets to where it's trading above this light purple moving average, that means that we are potentially in a bullish market, and almost definitely not in a bearish market. And it could be building up more bullish momentum. On the flip side, once we're trapped below all the moving averages, and in particular getting stuck below this light purple moving average, that means that we are trading in a potentially bearish market, and almost definitely not in a bull market at that point. All right, so where are we right now? We're kind of in the middle. The market's really trying to decide if we've got more upside. We're running into some resistance here at these two different moving averages, which are starting to converge. If you go back, I mean, we've had this happen before and managed to break above it. But the big difference here is we've got this kind of bubble here on the Bollinger Bands, which, you know, it can indicate like movement downward. But we could see, you can see it here once we got below them and broke down, then it was like, this is kind of a similar type of setup here with the bubble. It continued on the trend of, you know, obviously a lot more until it went to the bottom and went into a bear market. So I'm not sure. Here we were more squeezed. Here we've got the bubble. And even if you go back even further, now this was a bigger bubble, and we managed to overcome and set another high. So, I mean, we could also see that happen. You know, you really, really don't know. Hey, welcome. Good to have you on here, Karina. You know, what's going to happen. This over here is when we went into the bear market of 2018. We formed the bubble. We got stuck below those, kind of stuck below, and then we had the final breakdown. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to have to see, you know, what the market wants to do here. Even if we get a rally up, there's a potential of like a sell-off back. So we'll just have to see. the key resistance areas here are, obviously 90,000. We need to get above that and start trading above that to potentially look at trying for 100 again. On the downside, we need to stay above 85,000. If we lose 85,000, we have a real risk of going down and challenging 80,000. And if we lose 80,000, we could be in trouble right now. So again, we're just going to have to see what happens and how things shape up here. But key levels right now are 90,000 on the upside, 85, and then 80,000 is what we're watching. Now, we want to look at the longs and shorts just to see what's the market may or may not be thinking. And right now, they're not going to be any help. It's pretty much business as usual. Longs are 51%, shorts are 48%. Ish. They're so pretty much even. Longs are people betting Bitcoin's going up. Shorts are people betting Bitcoin's going down. So until one of these gets over 70%, where generally you're not going to have extreme market movement, although news can cause that. But from a technical standpoint, and not until we get one of these over 70%, do we tend to see a more dynamic or kind of crazy move. All right, and then last thing, looking at what's potentially hot or not for trading, we've got Seam. I don't know. Not really that excited about Seam. Volume's pretty low. There's not anything today I'm super excited about. It's, everything's got kind of lowish volume. So, we're not seeing anything that's going to light us on fire. So you may want to look at like MACD tracker or something like that to look for any coins that are maybe, bottoming out or something like that. But for right now, as far as like, quick trades, there's not anything that's like super clear to me as being something we want to, get crazy about. So, but we'll let the software run. It tracks all that, the spread tracker, blow up tracker, dump tracker. They track all that and let us know when the market starts moving and when good trades potentially start to happen. All right, everybody, that's all I've got for today. So if you want to learn how to trade, we have a free boot camp for you. You can get back with the person who introduced you to iCoinPro or shared this video with you, or you can shoot an email to support@iCoinPro.com and they will be more than happy to help you out. All right, everybody, take care. Have a wonderful day, and let's see what happens here today. Bye-bye now.